from the sun does. It makes things thrive, sprout. It formulates a fighting mechanism to be able to sprout and make itself into a new form before it passes away. In that same sense, the radiation that's ionizing from the sun will help you and will help your lymphatic system sprout and come up with living enzymes to produce red blood cells to be able to fight off any virus. And I left this potato here because it has sprouted before. You don't have to cut it, but look at how beautiful that is. That is the difference between non-ionizing radiation, which is what 5G is. It works on a low level hertz, which is non-ionizing. It does not make organic matters grow. It actually reverses the lymphatic system, and the way the earth laughs is in flowers and fruit form. You will see trees that will grow leaves, but no fruits, no apples.
Hey y'all, so I was walking my dog and I noticed this tree. What do you notice of it? It's not real. And in fact, even the branches are made out of complete steel. This whole thing is actually a tower, but it's so hard to distinguish, and for me to show you that these branches are not real. They're made out of steel. If you would be standing here in front of it, you would be able to see that it's made out of steel. All the leaves. I'm gonna try to get closer. Let's see. You can see the indentations of the steel branch right there. I'm in an angle. This fake tree, or this 5G tower, is in a particular angle where there's a lot of shade right here, so it just looks very overshadowed, but you can see that it's steel. All that is made out of steel, and the routers are attached all the way at the top. I wanted to speak a little bit, even though it's right here next to the recycling, but since I have a chance right now. The Kobe death hoax was a starter to basically to start off the spell to start this virus, which it's a regular flu like any other, but since it's using the energy of the people that cried over Kobe's death, and now they're using the 5G towers to maneuver this disease, virus, anything that's considered bacteria, it can be maneuvered through the airline frequencies, and this is what they tend to look like, and people don't notice it because they're too busy driving and they can't look to the side, you know. But look at how hard it is to spot it. If you're driving from far away, you won't be able to see the sign, so you wouldn't know that it's a fake. Try to walk more further to see if you can see it. But so yes, like I was saying, every single time they do a fake death on a very important figure, especially an important figure for the melanated and Hispanic people, since we are the ones with the highest intent in this earth, they need our energy to start off a hurricane or to start off an earthquake, but they need to feed the AI with it first. So what do they feed the AI with? With energy. And that's what the Kobe death hoax was for, to start off the spell for this virus that is supposed to be fake in the first place, but the ones that are going to be getting it are the ones that don't have the crown of the Most High. You don't fight people in the flesh. You fight those that are in high principalities and authority. You don't come for me, especially when I've done nothing to you. But yes, guys, look, you can kind of see the router there a little bit, too. See you guys around.
It's worth noticing that a lot of fake sellouts don't
actually realize how disposable they are and how they're made fun of secretly by the people that tell them what to do, throw them under the bus with the names that they are told to be named, and doing a little bit of gematria on certain names of channels is a good way of deciphering what those mason jars are trying to communicate with other mason jars about their subjects that are sent out to the public to deceive. But these mason jars, they are obsessed with the Bible. Actually, they worship the Bible, and they know that they need to tell you the truth about these people so that they don't end up cursed. So they tell you the truth in gematria form, and little do these sellouts know that they get thrown under the bus every now and then. So let's get started, shall we? So when trying to figure out what these mason jars are trying to communicate with each other about their subjects that are spreading lies, they will communicate using certain phrases, and you have to think about what kind of phrases are they trying to secretly communicate to themselves and with each other about these people. Because like I said, they need to tell you the truth so they don't end up getting cursed. But it's your responsibility to figure it out. Okay, so we're going to start off with this channel here. And we get 4 numbers, and it's always good to try to figure out phrases for each number, so like that you see the direction of all the messages if they combine into just one thing that they're saying. And the way that I come up with these phrases is just by discernment and whatever is going on, and I discern their actions, etc., etc. And of course, I never want to be right, but when you end up getting phrases that all have similar meaning, and then they all have a match for that one name only, that's when you start seeing the direction of all messages combine into one. So, for this channel, we get English Ordinal 29, full reduction 20, reverse Ordinal 133, reverse full reduction 34. So my first thought was low level Mason, but it didn't come out, so I just put low level. I figured they wouldn't be so obvious with him, so they put him as low level. And for that numerology, I got the same 34 and right here 34. I'm going to start seeing a pattern after this. And then this word, we get the number 29, and it's right here in the first number, English Ordinal 29. Gatekeep, we get 34. And for the word obey, we get 20 in reverse ordinal. Oh no, I'm sorry, we get 20 in full reduction. So I tucked it in here. So for the word obey, we get 20. And now this word here, we again get 34. So we get several 34s for this name. Studs, another 34. And the big number, which is sometimes hard to get, but it's important because it's a big number, And whatever phrase you find for this, it would have to go along with every other phrase. And this is something they call gay people. So put it together and you get the main one, 133, 133. So we get all numbers for these phrases that are very similar. And this channel here gets the same similar ones. Okay, so now to the second channel that is very related with this one. So I kind of figured the same kind of phrases, but I have seen a lot of his mason jar friends refer to him as stupid, so I started kind of using that in different forms, and this is what I get. So the main numbers are going to be 127, 37, 143, and 62. It's very interesting how, well, we'll just go direct. We're going to go there, so I'm not going to mix all over the place. So for Mason, the only number we get here is 62. For stupid, we get two numbers, which would be 127 and 62, right exactly in place where the name has them as well. So you see, 127, 62. So he got two numbers for that phrase. I am a liar, we actually get two as well, so 37, 62. 62. Stupid bitch is the main big number, which is right here, 143 ordinal. And this one, we would get 37, just got one. And Dyke Deceiver, 62. So do you see the pattern? And that is how you decipher deceivers. Okay, so I just want to show a quick preview of how I cook some of my meat. I let it sit on a granite pot. That's the kind of pots that I use. They're pretty. When I cook my meat, before I'm going to cook it or fry it, I leave it sitting in water with shungite powder. So I have a little bit of shungite powder there. And what it does, it detoxes the meat. So a lot of people, when they buy meat, they go straight to cooking it, or they just wash it with water and they just call it a day. But nobody ever thinks about detoxing meat, because you buy it from the store, you don't know how the animal was killed. And a lot of the cells that are in their body right before they got killed turn cancerous, because only God knows how they end up killing those animals. But unfortunately, since not a lot of people could get their own meat from a farmer, we have to get it from the store. And this is my way of finding, maybe you could remove even nanoparticles that are in some of this meat. And then, as you can see, this is what you want to get out. And some of the meat still looks a little black. You see, that's the shungite that's really in there, and it's working on detoxing it. But I'm not going to cook this till tomorrow. So it fits on the side when it's inside my phone, and I just slip it in here and then it goes in here. So I glued a piece of metal first, and then the magnets that you put on the bottom part, because this is the top that will seal. So when you put the magnets that go here, they have to be bigger and heavier than the ones up here, so that when you open it, this part doesn't lift up the magnets from here. So the magnets here have to be smaller than the ones from here. And as you can see, also the copper mesh is in the front mostly, not in the back. And this will just, so like that you can save on the copper mesh. And then the tape is also copper tape. But I was in such a hurry to just make it, and the insides are glued, and I just covered it with tape.
So this is a pouch made out of copper cloth and copper mesh, which blocks frequencies, and some of these frequencies are malfunctioning with cars that don't have the same advanced technological system as the new cars of this year. So if you have an old year car, your car might malfunction and glitch out with these frequencies, and they are causing car crashes. So when you put your phone in these copper pouches, it essentially blocks the frequencies that are coming from the 5G towers. And you can make these copper pouches for your kids' Chromebooks, because since a lot of people are now being forced to have their children on online schooling, they were forced to also put Wi-Fi without knowing maybe that you can just get a hotspot and turn that on and off instead of having Wi-Fi and radiation all day hitting you. So you can make these copper pouches and put the router or the Chromebook, the laptop, the tablet, and it can go in there. Also a hotspot.
You could put the phone, the Chromebook, the laptop in these copper pouches when you go to sleep at night, and you're not going to be affected by these low hertz radiation frequencies that weakens the lymphatic system, and then whatever virus is being amplified with the nanoparticles mixed that come from the chemtrails, it won't get to you. So you have to just find a way to get these demonic technological devices grounded, especially when you're sleeping at night, so that you're able to dream and your brain can rest. Guys, so I just want to share something real quick that I've been meaning to share with y'all, but I haven't really had a lot of confirmation to be able to share. So anyways, I'll just get right into it. So the way that they've been acting to really try to come in the house to put some LED light bulbs, I really starting to think that the LED lights are being weaponized against us in our home. So the way that it would work is the satellites communicate, or they do contact with the towers, and then the towers have another job to do, which is connect their frequencies to the routers in our home. Everybody has a router now because of the Wi-Fi, and even on PlayStation games, before you would be able to play on story mode without Wi-Fi, but now you need Wi-Fi just to go to the second level. So the manipulation of forcing us to get Wi-Fi in our home has already worked. Some people don't have routers, but the consistency of and the pressure of how they're coming every single day to try to remove my original light bulbs to put in the LED ones, it's just crazy. And so I let them come in so they can change their LED lights just to see what else they wanted. And they wanted to take my original light bulbs back to their company. And I was like, why? I mean, they're from the 99-cent store. I bought them a year ago, so why would you take them? And the guy was like, well, it's because it's protocol. The workers are going to come tomorrow and check if I did a good job, and they're going to see if I took the light bulbs, like, to prove it. And I said, no, you're going to leave them here because one of the light bulbs was pink, so it's hard to find those. So I said, no, leave it here. And ever since I kept those light bulbs, they've been coming every day, knocking hard on the door. And this is the electricity company coming, and they harass people to put in these LED lights. And if you don't put them, I guess your light bill will go higher than everyone else because everyone else is getting them. And it's just the importance of them taking the other original light bulbs. It just shows you that it's probably with just one original light bulb will probably malfunction all the other frequencies that are coming from the towers connecting with the LED lights. So that's why it's super important for them to take all the original light bulbs, because if there's a little bit amount of people in a neighborhood where they don't have the LED lights, then the frequencies won't come in there, and these catastrophes are formulated with these frequencies. So I would totally say turn off the router at night, get rid of the LED light bulbs, and if you already have them, turn them off during the day. Try to have them off as much as you can. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope you have a good day. Okay, bye.
Okay, yeah. So, in this video, I just want to share a little bit of information more on the gematria side regarding a certain troll. I'm sure many will recognize his name. He goes under the name of Chief Handler. And Chief Handler has something to say about himself to us. Now let's get on to it, shall we? This is my pre-journal, and it says